Have you ever had one of those moments when everyone around you seemed to need something from you? Your family, your work, your responsibilities, and suddenly you catch yourself wondering, when was the last time I really felt like me? Or you're thinking, I did everything I was supposed to do, then why am I still feeling like something is missing? Or perhaps you caught yourself asking, is there all there is? And if you've ever had any of those thoughts, I want you to know that you are not ungrateful. You're not failing. And you're probably not having a midlife crisis. Maybe you're just waking up to the best phase of your life. What if this isn't life falling apart, but life inviting you to finally come home to yourself? Stay with me, and by the end of this video, I want to share with you a simple but powerful shift in perspective that had a profound transformation in the way I think about identities, alignment, and this phase of life. And I really think it might just change the way you look at your life too. My own wake-up call came in my early 40s, 7 years into battling stage 4 cancer. But life started getting really difficult. What I thought was certain was now getting uncertain. My future, my plans, my relationships, even the identities that I had worked years to build. And suddenly, I couldn't just bury myself and be busy and ignore the questions life was asking me. I began asking the questions which I had never really slowed down to ask. If one day I can no longer do all those things that define me, then who am I really? When everything around me changes, what is it that never changes? As I look back, I don't think of cancer as my biggest challenge. I think of it as an experience that awakened me. Not because it gave me all the answers, but because it got me to ask the right questions. And I understand that your wake-up call can look very different. But I believe for most women, they almost land in the same crossroads in their 40s. Not because something had gone wrong in their life, but life begins to gently whisper and tell you that there is more to life than the roles you're playing. Think about it. For years, you've been everything to everyone. You've been the wife, the mother, the daughter, the caregiver, the professional, the friend. And all these roles matter. They're beautiful. They give meaning to life. But somewhere along the way, something subtle happened. Without even realizing it, we start mistaking our roles for our identity. We become so busy doing that we slowly lose touch with simply being. And then life gets quieter. The children become independent, priorities shift, careers change. Maybe a challenge comes in life which forces us to pause. And suddenly, the question is no longer, what do I do next? It is, who am I beneath all that I'm doing? And that is not a crisis. That is an awakening. One of the most beautiful spiritual truths that I have discovered is that we are not the roles we play. At the deepest level, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are spirit souls, already peaceful, loving, purposeful, and whole. The roles that we play in this world are important because they are part of our responsibilities and duties, but they are temporary. Our soul is constant. And when we forget that, every change that life brings, we feel we are losing ourselves. But when we truly remember who we really are, something starts shifting. We stop searching for ourselves in all our external achievements, or in other people's approval, or even in the roles that once gave meaning to us. Instead, we begin living from a place that cannot be taken away by changing circumstances. And perhaps this is the real invitation of midlife. To not become a new version of ourselves, but to just remember the version that we already are, beneath all those expectations, all those labels, and all those roles that you've so lovingly carried for so many years. Because you don't have to create a new version of yourself. You simply have to remember that one who has always been there, the loving, the peaceful, the purposeful soul within. And that's what thriving from within is all about. It is not becoming someone new, but coming home to yourself. And I can tell you from my own journey that on the other side of remembering who we are is a lot of peace than striving, a lot more fulfillment than any external achievements can ever give you, and a true inner joy that you may not have imagined was possible. So here's something small that I want to leave you with today. Today, before you go to sleep, take 5 minutes and sit quietly and ask yourself this question. And don't rush with the answers. Let it come to you. Ask yourself, if I weren't afraid of disappointing anyone, what would I actually want my life to look like? And don't rush the answers. Let it come maybe over days or weeks, because it's not about disrupting our life. It's about slowly and gently realigning ourselves to who we truly are, not who we were told to be, just coming back home to yourself. If this spoke to something that you've been quietly carrying, then type awakening in the comments below so I know I'm speaking to you. And I want you to know that you're not broken and you're not going through a crisis. You are just being simply called to live a life that truly feels like yours. If you're ready to begin your inner transformation, then come join me in this journey. This is your invitation to come home to yourself. And in Thrive From Within, we learn how to master our mind, how to apply practical spiritual wisdom, and live a holistic lifestyle so you can live a life that truly feels like yours.